Well, he's had his training for the morning, kilometre. He's done a kilometre, and you don't want to do it with don't want to overdo it with young little puppies and that. They've got a limited amount of exercise they're supposed to have. I'll just cool him down now. He likes to hold the thrower and just trot after the ball. That's a good way of cooling them down after sprints. You can see where he's been sprinting all over the paddock. He's got a lot of energy, this little dog, very unusual. Boston Terrier. And he'll just cool down now. And many of you are trying to find answers for breakups and why people have done what they've done and why things wouldn't work out and how things went from the top of the tops to halfway down to the bottom. People have got a way of letting their behavior deteriorate. That's because we have a carnal, sinful nature. The Bible says that we are deceived by the lusts of our deceit. We're deceived by deceitful lusts, the Bible says. And he's just cooling down now. He's done a kilometre of sprints. It's a fair amount for a little dog, probably too much. But we're deceived by our inner nature. We don't even know it's there unless we've made the effort to work out how it got there, why it's there, what it does, and how we can prevent the deceptive nature inside us from ruining the things that are valuable to us. This is why a lot of people never really get anywhere in life in ways that they should. A lot of people's character don't develop because they haven't made the effort to find out why. Why are these things happening to me? Why are these things causing me to fail? What is it inside me that's making me make the wrong decisions? What's causing me to fall apart? What's causing me to be enmeshed? What's causing me to sabotage my relationships? Over and over again. And people do this for a lifetime. That's why a lot of people end up on their own. They either end up on their own by cause of a predator, and remember, a lot of predators play the role of victim. A lot of predators will entice you to believe that they're victims. They'll pull you in and give you a cause to help them heal type thing in the relationship. They'll get you on a mission to bring them out of all the trouble that they've got. They'll make you believe that you could be part of the answer, or their rehabilitation, their means of healing. And you begin a journey that's based around what's happened to that person, and in a way your reward is the intimacy that you receive from that. That's all it is, just the intimacy that you receive from that. So he's ready to go into rebellion now. That's what he's done. He's had his cool down. He's had his sprints cool down. He's taken the thrower, which gives him the authority, gives him a sense of authority. and now he'll go into rebellion. It's all predictable. And then he'll want his drink of water. So I'm not going to get much sense out of him now. Okay, he's just trotting around. He's settling down now. His system will wind down. And intimacy is a tremendous way of relieving stress. People will use it to relieve stress. They'll use intimacy as a way of having some pleasure and enjoyment about themselves. And this is just a part of life. What you've got to understand is, with the sinful nature, taking the story of Samson and Delilah, there was a classic example of how somebody shared intimacy with a man who was trying to build a relationship. But that didn't mean anything to Delilah. She was not a Jew like Samson. She was a Philistine. And that doesn't matter. The carnal nature is going to work however it wants to within those who don't want to understand it or comprehend it and overcome it. Samson was building a relationship. He was drawing close and becoming close to Delilah. But Delilah didn't have that in her. You've got to understand, there's a lot of women and men that just use you for supply. It's called narcissism. Now, I've had women say to me, "Oh, I've been called a narcissist. I'd once say I've been called a witch." Well, the Bible describes stubbornness as witchcraft. So immediately I thought, well, let's see how stubborn this person is. And if she's been called a narcissist, let's see how much she can build, because narcissism's about unbuilding. It's about pulling apart. It's about devalue. It's about letting things disintegrate that should be getting built. It's like building the floor of a house and then pulling it down, building the same floor again, then pulling it down. It only goes so far and then it is ruined. Proverbs 14:1. The Bible says, "A wise woman builds her house, but a foolish woman will pull it down." And you can change the gender there. You can say a wise man builds his house, but a foolish man pulls it down. Or you can go, a wise person builds their relationship, but a foolish person pulls it down. And this seems to be the thing that we're up against today. The pulling down. The having to make repairs where it wasn't necessary. And this is the thing today. I know men that have had women, they've built the relationship on drugs and other stuff, and if that drug supply wears low, even though it's making them sick and causing them harm, if that drug supply wears low, the relationship starts to suffer. Another one can be religion. I see a lot of women have partners that won't go to church, and this justifies their victim mentality by going to church and gives them a reason to hope that God will save them from their plight, the person that they're with. And a lot of these women are miserable. You're never going to make them happy. They'll offer you sex, but out of sufferance. I've seen all this, I've been in it. And eventually they jump the fence because they've convinced themselves that you're unredeemable. But the problem was them, not you. They allowed their religion to disintegrate the relationship. And religion, speaking of such, particularly any religion, can cause families to split. If you're not living up to the religion and you're a part of that family, then you will be, you will be reprimanded, and people get sick of it. They just get sick and tired of it, and they become scapegoats or the black sheep. They just go, no, I'm out. I'm not living like this. You can take your religion and shove it. And that goes for all of them. Cults are the worst. Cults will allow shunning and all that stuff. Shunning of family members. But the main part about it is to beware of disintegrative attitudes and mentalities. People that don't want to build. People that are just using you for supply, and they know how to disguise it to gain more time. And that doesn't mean seeing you every day, it means time over the course of the year. They'll program you to want to live the way they live. It could be spending more time with adult children because they're enmeshed. It could be more time at church because they're enmeshed in that. A lot of people escape to have their drugs from the person that they're with. Good boy. But you must protect yourself from these half-hearted people, because they're no good to you. They're no good to themselves, and they're going to bring harm eventually to everyone around them, including their children. Disengage. Try and speak to them about it. You won't get anywhere. You won't get anywhere with them. You're not going to get any sense out of them. And if necessary, you just have to walk away.